Joe Biden had the largest public investment in social infrastructure and environmental programs that is actually finishing what FDR started, that LBJ expanded on, and Joe Biden is attempting to complete programs to address education, medical care, urban problems, rural poverty, transportation, Medicare, Medicaid, labor unions, and he still is working on it.
Look, people say that there's no bipartisanship anymore, and I love to see people on both sides of the aisle working together. That was really nice of Marjorie Greene to give Joe Biden so much credit for the great work that he's doing in all of these areas. God damn, is she a doink? She is a dumb donkey, and she's doing work for the donkeys in this case, actually. So that was put out by the Biden Twitter account with "I approve this message." My only note, JR, would be it should have ended with Joe Biden on camera with the biggest grin in his life saying, "I approve this message." That's what it needed. I love the corporate music. I love the stock footage and everything. Man, is she an idiot.
They gotta say the similar things also, like, if Joe Biden's face comes up there, you'd be like, as promised, unity, bipartisanship, just all the things that we always said that people are craving, which somehow we stopped talking about suddenly. Because remember, Republicans talking about unity when Donald Trump was running around, whatever. But no, in this particular case, it's one of those things. Similarly, I think I've heard Marsha Blackburn, others talk about the border policy, and this is the one they always hit. They're like, did you get that? Several tons of fentanyl was confiscated at the border between March and June of 2022. This administration is failing the American people. I was like, bro, they confiscated tons of fentanyl at the border. What do you want? What else? What's the alternative? To not confiscate the tons of fentanyl at the border, and then there's a failure. Which one is the failure? It doesn't matter. That's the point. They've got these people's minds melted long enough that they're like, anything we say, as positive as that sounded, and we saw the edits and inserts. And the one thing I do want to check back in is the process in which he went through all of those points, because I wonder where maybe some potential manipulation happened. We know that happens in political ads, but she still said all those things. And they say these regularly, even with education. So the things that they hate, they keep telling American people that. Just start listening, you guys. The things they hate are the things that would actually help your life. Yes, Republicans, conservatives as well. It's 100% it, but they're blaming Democrats for it as they screw up your lives. Just if you get that one point, you just might have a better chance.
Yeah, they're literally just listing he wants to help rural people and saying, well, obviously that's a bad thing. You do the math for yourself why that's bad. No, not for rational people with working brains. That's not how it actually works. This is an auditory version of what Hannity used to do, where he just put like they want to do elder care and stuff in like a list of policies. And I don't have Fox brain, so I don't understand why that's a bad thing. But anyway, look, this puts Marjorie Greene in a bad position. I think that she knew she was in a bad position immediately after the media response to her original statements, and then the ad comes out. She is gonna find a way to make it slightly worse for herself. But first, here is this press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, says, we agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene, which is not something that we say very often. We agree with her all around on this. We are opposed to rural poverty, and the president is committed to protect Medicare and committed to protect Social Security. She's giving him honestly too much credit, but she doesn't think that he's being fair. She is concerned about the same thing that JR was saying, that this is a manipulation. And so she responded directly to that tweet saying, this is really what Joe Biden approves. It is just the longer version of her comments in which she gives him credit for more, makes some really tenuous connections in history to LBJ, and then says that what she's describing is socialism. I will say, feel free to go watch the video if you want. I feel like I can be totally honest and save you time in saying it is just what you saw, and she calls it socialism. And I would honestly say the fact that Joe Biden, if he cut anything out, is the calling him socialist, at least is being honest, because he's not, and he doesn't support socialism.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.